Today I'm going to lay down some hard facts about budget firearms, some do's and don'ts, and I may hurt some feelings. Let's talk about it. First, before I get into this, I would like to remind everybody, just like you, generally buying your first gun, I started at the bottom. I started on a college budget with really no extra money, and this was in the times when guns were really affordable, much more than they are today. From the warranties, to the brakes, to the parts, to the do's and the don'ts, let's get into it. Generally, if you can buy a complete AR-15 for under $500, there's a reason it is $500. Now, that doesn't always mean it's not going to work at all, but what that does mean is it's probably not going to make it to 5,000 rounds. So you spent $500 on a gun that may or may not make it to 5,000 rounds, sometimes not even 1,000. Here's the first thing I see with budget guns, like this budget DTI that I've had for, I think, 10 years. It's 50-50. Sometimes they make it for a little bit and sometimes they don't. PSA complete $500 AR-15s, generally they're a flip of a coin. They may make it to 1,000 rounds, they may make it to 500, 200, maybe even 3,000. But generally the parts that they come with, much like this, the bolt carrier group in them is generally pretty trashy. Now, with that being said, it doesn't mean it's not a good training gun or a good practice run gun. Just like this DTI, the first thing to go out, as you can tell it's heavily used, was the bolt carrier group. I have a Sons of Liberty bolt carrier group in it, which is a pretty high-end bolt carrier group with a lifetime warranty, so I just use it, because I really don't have to worry about it going down on me. A lot of people will tell you that it's just as good, and that's just not a fact. For instance, whenever I'm picking up this PSA barrel, you can just tell by the finish, you can tell by the way it's built, you can tell everything about it. You're gonna outshoot this barrel if you're really putting thousands of rounds a year through this gun. It's not going to last very long. Does this mean you need to go drop $2 grand on a LaRue upper and barrel? Not necessarily. For instance, this is my 4th Pioneer PAC Sport. This is literally the 3rd iteration of these. I have literally broken or had 2 fall apart on me before. However, this one's running at 3,000 rounds strong, and I have literally treated it like a corn dog. It could break tomorrow, and I wouldn't be surprised at all, because realistically, with as cheap as these things are, it surpassing 3,000 rounds is already really surprising. This lower right here on this PSA isn't really terrible, and I got it for $100. So what you should have done is taken your $500, just bought the lower, and caught an amazing sale on these Daniel Defense contract overruns. These were $5.99. This gun and upper right here, I promise, can withstand 40 or 50,000 rounds through it. Generally what happens is someone doesn't want to wait around, they don't want to shop around for the sale. When it comes to something I know I'm going to be training with multiple times a week and putting countless rounds through a year, I want to make sure at the end of the day when I put it up and I need it again, it's going to be dependable, especially if my life or my family's life depends on it.